I wanted to ask you a question though, in terms of women, right?
Okay, go ahead. I was gonna say something in return to that, but
No,
I can do that after.
I've got it in my mind. I've got it in my mind. What were you gonna say?
Oh, so I was gonna say, like, I think of the idea of, I think it's ironic, but it's right in front of us, isn't it?
Mm,
And it's the idea that when people think of leadership, they think of, I have to make the decisions. That's how people look at leadership.
yeah.
And for me, in any walk of life, whether it be basketball, work, anywhere you go,
Mm,
to me, it seems like a leader is just servanthood. A
yeah.
leader is the person who's helping everyone do what they need to do, not the person who's saying, do this, do that, do this. They're the person that has the most responsibility to make sure everyone gets the necessary resources that they need. Like when I think of like good leadership, I think of Martin Luther King,
Mm,
Gandhi. Jesus is the best example of servanthood. Do you see what I'm saying?
yeah.
And it's like, I feel like when people think of leadership, especially men and with regards to women and relationships, they always forget that it's the servanthood that is the most important thing. So when you're like, oh yeah, she wants this for me, she wants that for me. I agree. Some of it is annoying, but at the same time, you said you want to be a leader, so it's servanthood. You see what I'm saying? There's
Mhm.
certain things you just have to do because you want to take that position. So you have to be a servant. That's just how the cookie crumbles. And so that's just my view. Like I feel like sometimes if I'm ever thinking like, damn, like, oh, my girlfriend's maybe asking me for too much, which she never does. But if she does, I would always have to remind myself that if I'm going to say I'm a leader, yeah, I have to be a servant too,
Yeah.
first and foremost.
Yeah. No,
But yeah,
I think, yeah, leadership in a relationship, it requires, again, rid of the ego because, as you said, servitude. So you act from a place of compassion. You have
yeah,
to be of compassion about you to say, you know what, this isn't about what I want. Because when you're a leader, you're delegating roles, positions. But when in a relationship, as a leader, that you can't do it alone. Part of being a leader is being able to know, yeah, I might not be good at this. This might not be the area that I am good at. Maybe my wife, my partner, is better than me at sorting out, you know, the food list for the week. Maybe she's better at me at sorting out, where the kids are going to go to school. Maybe she's got more of a knack for that. She's more innate when it comes to things like that. So I'm going to let her, and I'm going to handle this, and I'm going to be okay with that. I'm not going to feel slighted that she is better than me at certain things, because that's how the relationship thrives. Some things you're good at, some things she's good at. Do you know?
yeah,
So in terms of leadership, I just feel like it needs to come from a compassionate place. And I
mm-hmm.
think the modern woman wants a man to be, I feel like personally, in a traditional sense, she
Mm-hmm.
wants to lead. She wants to be able to trust a man to lead, but
Yeah,
she will naturally allow a man to lead if she feels as though the man is truly in his masculine energy,
mm-hmm.
and he exudes that level of he exudes a level of leadership, compassion. He's literally, it's innate, it's almost effortless in terms of how he's able to tap into that side of decision making while still without neglecting his partner, without neglecting her. I feel like the modern day woman definitely wants a masculine leader who is
Yeah,
able to delegate, who's still able to make money, who's still able to work on his health, still able to, get that money in the business, and when it comes to the bedroom, is still able to satisfy her sexually in the
yeah,
bedroom. So I feel like if a man is able to tap into all of those tenets,
mm-hmm.
will naturally allow that woman to cooperate with him, because a woman, it even says in the Bible that a woman is a helpmate, but she naturally wants to submit to a leader. I think what's going on in society is a lot of men have misconstrued that word leader as this big brawn, I'm gonna dictate, nah, that's not a leader. A leader knows how to delegate certain roles. A leader knows when to be compassionate. A leader knows when to take a step back and think about certain ideals, because a man is right. So a woman can sense a true masculine leader just from the manner he talks, the manner in which he conducts himself and navigates through the world, and it doesn't have to be loud. Do you know? I think some of the leaders are silent.
Yeah, I agree. So what do you think? Do you think that, like, I guess the whole motivation behind the question was why I decided to have put this question up is because I wanted to know if there was, in your opinion, somebody said it. I think it was, if I can go back a bit, it was, a bit far back. Okay, I can't find it, but they were basically saying, do what women want today and what women wanted in the past different, or is it the same?
The same. It's the same thing.
I think on a topical layer, it's changed. It's changed because the women I meet in real life are nothing like what women present on social media. And I think that there's obviously the cap on the app. But in general, the women I meet in real life, like so when I'm on social media, I see women say, I need a man that makes 6 figures. I need a man that drives this car. I need a man that's going to do this for me, do that for me, do this for me. I have none of them attributes. But I would let you know for a fact, I'm not suffering with women. Like, I've never suffered in my life, ever in my life.
Let me tell you something. You see this whole, I need a man who drives a Rolls Royce. I need a man who's 6 figures. How many men are there that do all of this? But all of the men,
1 or 2%.
That aren't earning 6 figures and don't have Rolls Royces, drive hoopties, are in standard communities, they all have kids. They all have 3, 4 kids. They're all with someone's capping. Somebody has to be capping here. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. So this whole paradigm of, in the last, I don't know how many centuries, the desire of women has remained the same. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, all women have different vaginas, sizes, etc. But at its core, a woman's primal desires, you know, in a sexual sense and in a social sense, those two paradigms, it has remained the same. They desire a man to protect and provide. At its core, that's what women desire. So this whole, I want a man that's 6 figures, yes, that's all good for social media, but in real life, when we look at the holistic approach, on a consensual approach, most women want a man that can protect and provide. This whole 6-figure phenomenon has caught a little clickbait. It's been a little clickbait. But men out here are still fucking. Men out here are still getting women that without earning 6 figures, working in domestic jobs, and they're still winning. So somebody has to be capping, because how many black men, or we're talking black men, but how many men in general are earning 100,000 plus? How many men in general are 100? And out of those men that are earning 100,000 plus, how many of them are in the dating pool? Do you know what I'm saying? How many of them are chosen by women or are deemed select by women? Break it down even further, you know, the men that are earning that amount of money and not incarcerated. Do you know what I'm saying? And then break it down again, forget the entertainers, forget the athlete. I'm just talking your normal, regular guy. How many of them are earning 6 figures, and they're able to satisfy their women sexually, and they're able to, because a man of means doesn't necessarily mean that he's select. He's just earning money. How do you know he's spending that money on you? A lot of these men, a lot of these women
be stingy.
Earning 6 figures. I want a man that's earning 6 figures. That man, his whole mindset to getting those 6 figures is different. His work ethic is different. That doesn't mean he's going to spend it on you, because that man needs to value you as much as he values that bag. So
That's deep.
At the end of the day, bro, I'm telling you now, that whole 6 figures, Benz, it's a cap. Because at the end of the day,
it is a cap. I do not see in real life.
Protect and provide, and that's been here for centuries, and it will remain for centuries. Do you know what I'm saying? That's my take on it, bro.
Yeah, I think that was 100. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like just in real life, that's not what I've seen. That is not what I've seen. Women, but I do agree. What women want hasn't changed, but the way social media is putting this kind of icing on the cake, it's making it seem like there's a different, you know,
bro.
there's a different thing.
If you ain't 6'2", earning 100,000 with a rollie and all this, you know, bands to make her dance. Like if they're ain't I ain't shit, really, with my little 9 to 5, earning you know my 5 figure salary job. Like it will make you feel like you ain't shit, but that's not the reality. Again, we spin back to go outside, drop your phones, go outside, look into that woman's eyes. Women, look into that man's mind. Is anybody at home? Is anyone there? You know what I'm saying? That's what we need to do. Them old school ways, bro. Like for real,
You said
like I
bands
feel
to make her dance. That killed me though. I can't lie.
like what?
When you was at bands to make her dance, I was dying.
But it will make you feel like you ain't shit. Social media will make women feel like they ain't shit because they have to live up to a certain beauty standard, and it will make men feel like they ain't shit because they have to live up to a certain wealth standard that's unrealistic to attain, because there's not what's the percentage of men that have earning over 6 figures, and since when was 6 figures the barometer of a high value man? Somebody just came up and figured out, okay, we'll pluck this figure out in the air. 6 figures in the UK isn't 6 figures in America. Does that mean that you're not a high value man? If I take a Delta flight to New York, I'm no longer high value because whatever I earn over here is not. Do you see what I'm saying? There's so many ambiguities. Women want a man that can provide, protect, throw it down in the bedroom, lead, be able to handle their shit out here in these streets, but still be able to be gentle and compassionate with their young child, put them up on their lap and say, yes, Junior, you know what I'm saying, and love them, read to them, whatever. They need to encompass all tenets of being a man, and that's what a woman's really desiring. The issue that we have here is men sometimes only have one. Do you know what I'm saying? They might have that great social side where they're earning a lot of money and they're able to exude greatness in business and commerce and whatever field they've chosen to go into. But when they're going home and connecting with that woman emotionally or sexually, that's where they falter, because they're carrying a certain energy and they're not tapping into this other element of energy, because a man has to tap in to his different gifts, his different masculine gifts. If you're only tapping into one side, you will never truly fulfill your desires and destiny with a woman. So I feel like men just need to go back to the old school ways and become solid. A woman is solid, man. Do you feel me? That's able to tap into all facets of his being. Otherwise, you're not gonna really satisfy that woman. You might satisfy her sexually, but then you might not be doing your business out here in these streets and bringing home what you need to do. Or you might be out here in these streets doing what you need to do and bringing home money and providing, but then there's no sexual connection, there's no mental connection. You two have a lack of communication when it comes to coming home and actually speaking to each other. As you said, having a one day a week just to talk to each other. Babe, how you feeling? How's your mental? How's your health going? You know, what direction are we going as a couple, etc. Tapping in, but you're too busy worried about social media and who's dating Quavo and Sweetie. Like, it's for the birds, bro. That's for the birds. Like,
For the
tap
birds, honestly.
for real.
That's some real shit.
Ask you, I wanted to ask you, bro, was
Go ahead.
not like, what do women want? Like, how do you think it differs? Like a woman, when we talk about the modern day woman, I'm kind of thinking 20 to 40, maybe, like that age group, like 20 to 35. How does what a woman want at 20 to what she wants at 35 change, like, in your opinion? Or do you think it stays?
Damn, I'm only 25, so this is a hard one.
Yeah.
But let me try and do maybe 18. Let me try and do maybe college years to post-college years.
Okay,
So
cool.
I think collegiately, or like, so college, obviously I went to school in America, so university, sorry.
Okay,
University.
cool. What, HBCU or just a normal college?
A normal college.
Okay.
It was like a Catholic school, it was predominantly white. But I think that when you're younger, it's a bit more fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to focus on the money part. What really matters is the personality. Like, are you funny? Do you have character? You know, these are the kind of things that really separate you from the guys out there. Like, when I was in college, the guys that were really, really like out there, like really successful women, they were either good at sports or they had great personalities. The guys that had money, Yeah, they did get girls here and there, but them guys that were playing sport, the guys that had the personality were at the top of Mount Everest.
Yeah.
Those were the guys that could take anybody. Don't matter how much money you have, whatever car you have, you will
Yeah.
think you're dropping her home, you're dropping her off at that guy's house that makes her laugh. Do you see what I'm saying? And she's going around the corner. You don't understand how the game works. This is what I was trying to tell everybody. Like, when I was growing up, yeah, like Gemma's in the chat. I have a friend called Gemma. She's known me since I was a kid. Like,
Mm-hmm.
since I was about. So, college and uni, same thing. It's got a different name, but I'm talking about university.
Mm-hmm.
So, she's known me since I was like 5, yeah?
Yeah.
When I was younger, I had no swag. I had
Yeah.
no swag, and I used to have like some dead braids, I swear. But in terms of like getting, like being able to talk to women,
Yeah.
I just seem to always know how to do it because I was either making jokes, saying something funny, or doing something like that. And I feel like from young, I kind of told myself, oh, Joseph, you're probably not the best looking out there, this and that. So you have to tap in somewhere else where you can connect. So that's when I kind of like, you know what, I'm gonna work on my personality, and that's what clicked for me. Then when I got older, I started to like mature and come into the man that I wanted to be. So it's like now that personality has tied in with the like with me maturing and stuff, and it's like I feel like a full embodiment of like what it means to be a full person. So I feel like social media affects guys just as much as it affects women because it makes guys think all they need to do is make money to get women, when really it's like there's a deeper kind of personality trait that you need to have that's really gonna